People-pleasing doesn't make you kind. It makes you captive. And some of you are tired not because life is hard, but because you are living for approval. You're tired of explaining yourself. Tired of shrinking to keep the peace. Tired of carrying expectations that were never yours to carry. You keep saying yes, not because God said yes, but because you're afraid of disappointing people. But hear me clearly today. God did not create you to live imprisoned by other people's expectations. The Bible tells us something that shifts everything. God is no respecter of persons. That means God does not favor people based on popularity, approval, titles, or how well they are liked. So why do we give people's opinions more authority than God's voice? Some of us are exhausted because we are living for validation instead of direction. We are seeking permission from people when God has already given instruction. And anytime approval becomes your compass, peace disappears. Let's settle this once and for all. Your worth does not come from people. Not from praise, not from acceptance, not from being needed. Your worth comes from within, from the Spirit of God that lives inside you. When you don't know who you are in God, you outsource your identity. But when you do know who you are in God, rejection loses its power. You stop panicking when people misunderstand you. You stop bending when people disapprove. You stop needing constant reassurance. Because peace comes from alignment, not applause. People-pleasing often disguises itself as virtue. It sounds like, I just don't want to hurt anyone. I want to keep the peace. I don't want to seem selfish. But underneath it is fear. Fear of rejection. Fear of being disliked. Fear of being misunderstood. The Bible calls this a snare. A snare doesn't trap you suddenly, it traps you slowly. You adjust. You compromise. You shrink. Until one day you realize you've lost clarity, peace, and parts of yourself. And here's the hard truth. You can be loved by everyone and still be out of alignment with God. God understands you. He understands your heart. He understands your desire to love people. He understands your good intentions. But God does not want you living a restricted life. He wants you living a full life. A life not limited by people's moods. A life not shaped by people's expectations. A life not controlled by approval. Jesus disappointed people. He walked away when necessary. He said no without guilt. Why? Because he never put people above God. Here is the order that brings peace. God first. Purpose second. People third. When people come first, truth gets compromised. When God comes first, clarity follows. Putting people above God leads to exhaustion. Putting God above people leads to freedom. Not everyone will understand your obedience. Not everyone will like your boundaries. But your soul will finally be able to breathe. Let's make this practical. Pleasing people is motivated by fear of rejection or the desire for approval. The outcome is compromise, exhaustion, and loss of identity. Biblically, it's a snare that pulls you away from truth. Pleasing God is motivated by love and obedience. The outcome is peace, freedom, and integrity. Biblically, it's true discipleship and eternal reward. One drains you. The other sustains you. One traps you in guilt. The other releases you into purpose. So hear this today and receive it without guilt. You are allowed to choose yourself. You are allowed to set boundaries. You are allowed to grow even if others don't like the version of you that no longer bends. You don't owe everyone access. You don't owe everyone agreement. You don't owe everyone an explanation. God understands. God leads. God approves. And when God is pleased, you don't need validation to live free. Stop living for approval. Choose obedience over applause. Choose peace over pressure. Choose God over people. Because the moment you stop people-pleasing is the moment you finally start living free. If this message felt personal, it's because it was meant for you. Thank you for watching all the way through. If you'd like to keep walking this journey with me choosing freedom, faith, and peace, feel free to subscribe and stay connected. And if someone came to mind while you were listening, send this to them. I'll see you in the next one.